everyone, I'm Stephen Jones, and for my industry professional, I chose the RZA. Most of you probably know him from the Wu-Tang Clan, and the reason why you probably know him from the Wu-Tang Clan is because of the tremendous impact that he has had on the hip-hop industry. The RZA's government name is Robert Diggs, and back in the early 90s when he was forming the Wu-Tang Clan, he developed a 5-year plan. And one of those goals within the 5-year plan was to take over and control a third of the hip-hop industry. And he did manage to pretty much do all of that by a few of the strategies that he's developed. And not to mention, for the first time in history, and the only time in history, he got 3 major record labels, Def Jam, Geffen, Loud, to make a triple deal together and sell all the Wu-Tang records in one bin. And that's essentially what made the Wu-Tang brand and logo the most strongest and recognized in the industry. Also part of the RZA's 5-year plan was to sign each member to a single label, the Wu-Tang family label, but also to have the contract allow each individual member to sign solo deals with whichever label they chose. Their debut album is called 36 Chambers. After that, RZA made a few other albums produced solely by him for other members of the group, which were very successful. Then they went on to make Wu-Tang Forever, which was one of the most highly anticipated albums in history up until that point. With them selling 600,000 units in the first week, the phenomenon actually made CNN News. This was with no radio, keep in mind, and no hit single. And RZA did accomplish all this in a very timely manner before the 5-year plan was actually even up. They went on to be the first hip-hop group to make their own video game, clothing line, and comic book series, which set a trend for the rest of the hip-hop industry. Since then, the RZA's gone on to be an actor, direct, and also score films. He's also wrote 2 books. One of them is The Wu-Tang Manual, which is very good, and I strongly recommend you read it, and I referenced quite a few things out of this book today. And also he wrote The Tale of Wu, and this is a great book as well. It really gives you a deep perspective of how RZA thinks and feels and how he looks in retrospect to everything that's happened, and he gives you some great pieces of advice in here, and I highly recommend you read this book. Here are some movies that RZA scored. He did Kill Bill 1 and 2 for Quentin Tarantino, whom he met at a Kung Fu flick release. They hit it off. Quentin Tarantino asked him to come work on the project. He also did Blade Trinity, The Protector. He also did Afro Samurai soundtrack for both 1 and 2. He did the Ghost Dog soundtrack and scored a lot of the film. He also created The Birth of a Prince, Bobby Digital, Digital Bullet, Bobby Digital in Stereo, and Digi-Snacks under his alter ego called Bobby Digital. Their first Wu-Tang album was 36 Chambers. They went on to make ones like 8 Diagram, The World According to RZA. And here's some screenshots of RZA acting in his new movie that he also directed and wrote and Quentin Tarantino produced. The name of this new movie is called Man with the Iron Fists. RZA also stays up to date and did a song with Kanye West that's on his newest album. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.